Oh, what's good, man? MBS Central, MBS Universe. We are back at it again. I'm your boy Keo. I got Danny Myers with me right now, man.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
We said we would be bringing on more special guests on the show. So today, this is our second special guest on here, and I'm proud to have him, man. One of the most respected guys in this culture, battle rap league owner. Yo, it's ARP, man. We got him in the building.
Oh,
What's good? What's good? Fellas, appreciate y'all having me. Keo, Danny, Ball Guy, what's up with y'all, man? MBS, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
how are you doing? Thank you for, like I said, you taking out time in your precious schedule. I know you one of the hardest working men in the business, so thank you just for having a couple minutes to spare with us. Appreciate your presence.
Yeah,
Thank you. And we're not going to overlook the work that y'all are putting in at this point. New platforms of the year. I don't know. Y'all look like y'all pushing for end of the year list or something with the work y'all putting in. Y'all look like y'all making a push. I see what's going on.
We working, man. Appreciate you.
So really quick before we continue this show,
For sure.
anybody that's coming on here looking for the drama, that nonsense that's going on right now, we're not here for that. We're here to talk with ARP, to talk about Max Out. This is what we're all about.
Okay, let's get it.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
So, according to the battle rap culture, how does it feel to be the #1 league right now?
RBE is not the #1 league, man. I don't believe in the moments, even if it's a whole year, even if it's a half a year, even if it's a summer, even if it's down to a single event. I never really believed in that. I know people still waiting for me to stick out my chest and claim like, yeah, I told brick by brick. Everybody that's waiting for that is not gonna happen. I don't care if it's 2018, which was a big year for us. I don't care if it's 2021, which was a big year for us, back-to-back max outs. I don't care if it's 2023, all this blue room and these mega main events and everything like that. That's really never going to change the mentality. Brick by brick is part of our personality, is part of our energy, is part of our vibe, is part of the RBE timeline, is part of what we bring. We say everything is brick by brick. The battlers, there's battlers that we've watched transform themselves on our platform. There's the perseverance of RBE, standing for the things that we stand for, looking for certain changes in the culture. It doesn't matter. 2024, 2025, brick by brick. I got it inked on me. It's a lifelong mentality.
Wow.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No matter how much you do, no matter how much great feedback you get, no matter people call you #1 and start, putting you in a certain rank or whatever, the mentality is not supposed to change. It's brick by brick.
Okay, so obviously you don't want to do the comparisons or nothing like that in between the leagues because
it's always going to happen, and I'll get in my bag when it's like more fun, more trivial or whatever. But as far as like when it comes to like beating my chest or anything like that, I think y'all know me by now. My personality don't really fit that. I'm not the guy that walks around with that type of, presentation. I just look different.
I did want to ask you, how do you compare this year with your previous years? Like when you were speaking about 2018, 2021, do you feel like this is like the best or the most attention or the biggest time that y'all been in the culture? Or
I think it's 3 years. It's 2018, it's 2021, and now it's 2023. Those are our most highly revered years. Those are the years when I got the most celebrities, in my DM or on our phone or commenting or watching us or sharing us or trying to pop out, or we got media outlets outside of battle rap really looking at us a lot, and some major platforms discussing us and that type of stuff, because battle rap is always up and down. You know what I'm saying? So I think those 3 years are pretty much the heaviest. I think what sets out 2023 though is it's twofolded, and I'm not gonna let the development go unnoticed either, because there's a lot of appreciation I have for what RBE has done in that realm as well with Wyndham Lawrence. But you got, you know, us being innovative. Like there was a documentary that was put together for us, and I was honored because it wasn't something that we had a hand in, had any input in, or that asked for. But in that documentary, it was kind of trended, and you don't really realize it until you watch it, that almost every year RBE has come up with a new concept to make things look different, and people turn their head. Like even last year was all straight to it. The YouTube concept, straight to YouTube, no fans, just all artists in the building. This year, the emergence of the Blue Room, but mixing in the Blue Room and staying to our roots from the early days of saying we're known for packing big main events and huge cards in small arenas. That has been amplified in 2023.
Salute for that.
We've amplified that. We've amplified that in 2023. And then, like I said, we got the intake process, the no way out process, and the bricks. Lawrence and Wings have been going crazy. They've been booking events that has like 15, 20 plus, 31 matchups on it and whatnot. So we've been putting in a lot of work, and I think it's definitely one of the standout years for us.
I've been watching. Go ahead, Keo.
So I'm gonna get to what happened yesterday. And I texted you yesterday about it. Hitman Holla, Loaded Lux, Danny Myers had something to say to it. They end up getting into space and having a cow. What was your thought? What was your thoughts on that? Did you expect to see the feedback and the reaction, the way people reacted with that?
Absolutely. We are in a highly opinionated and competitive arena, and it's all, our industry is small. We make it look grand, we make it look big, but our arena is small. Like everybody knows each other. There's only like 2 degrees of separation between all of us, right? So when I saw the you know, Danny Myers, you know, he saw that interview, he felt how he felt. And as an opinionated person, as one of our legends, as a competitor, he had his opinion. And Hitman, he's a competitive guy. He wanted to have a conversation about it. And I could just see from that, it's just a difference of perspective. You know, I saw the end of it in the spaces where Danny was like, all right, you know, I'm standing on how I feel about from the battle side. I ain't really understand it. Business side, which is where you're explaining how I get it. I understand the business, you know, side of it. So cool. You know, we'll meet in the middle somewhere. But that's really what's supposed to be happening in our culture.
Yeah, because there was really no right or wrong there. I was looking at it from a competitive standpoint. Like, you know, you get a chance to battle Lux. It's like you don't pass that up, because it like how often does a Loaded Lux battle come around? You know what I'm saying? Then he was talking about explaining it from the business end, like, hey, you know, me and ARP would have probably only had 29 days to promote it. That just don't. We could make that bigger if we had like 60 days. So the timing wasn't right. So I just had to look at it from his point of view and why he gets the numbers he gets, why he gets the views, the money, and all that comes with Hitman. Me being the guy that I feel like the warrior mentality kind of supersedes my business sense a lot of times. Where I'm just kind of like, I'm right to it, you know, I'm straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, and I'll say this. I'll say this too. It's part of my job to try to set the landscape where we could all win. Whether it's my matching, whether it's my timing, whether it's the way I finance, whether it's the way I coordinate, all of that. Like I have a job to do to make us be successful as well as the battlers do. So when I get that call, you know, from Lux's side, you know, I put my call in a Holla. Y'all just got the phone, boom, 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 boom. And Holla don't got no crystal ball, but at the same time, he just turned out to be right. Because if you're gonna max out, all pun intended, then think about it. If Lux just happens to be coming off of that Geechee battle, then the timing isn't the best. You know what I'm saying? Timing could always be on, you know, much better than that for a mega match. And Lux and Hitman ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very possible that I had a conversation with Lux's side this week.
Very possible.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Danny, you want another haymaker?
Where is that?
I brought your name up in the conversation.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Danny. Hey, Dan.
Where you at?
Hey, you know of me to be a liar?
Never.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, you ain't lied. You never lied to me.
Yeah. Hey, there could have been some conversations with a certain legend and GOAT this week, and certain names that come up. And you want to know what? If I want to speak just as a fan and just in general, I would still say that when it comes to the Luxes of the world, I still want to see Lux versus Hitman. I still want to see Lux versus JC. I still want to see Lux versus Danny Myers. I still want to see Lux versus obviously Daylight. I still want to see Lux versus B-Dot. Right. So if I'm ever on the phone with Lux or Lux's camp, those are probably the matchups that I just said that's going to come up in that conversation. So, and I think those are all the ones that the fans would want to see anyway.
Yeah, I know it was talks about Danny making a Blue Room debut. I know it was talks about Danny versus Ilmac, Danny versus Lux in that Blue Room. Hey,
you didn't call me back, as a matter of fact.
Hey, look.
We'll say that. We'll say that. Off camera.
Oh,
shit. Off camera. We talk about a sports bet that we was having on the phone. Y'all, he ain't call me back. We follow up later in private. We follow up.
Dad, you did tell me that.
No, those are amazing all-time classics waiting to happen. I can say that. I'll leave it there.
So, so ARP, one of the huge things that people has been talking about in this culture is the Blue Room, and you mentioned, a lot of the concepts that you guys started from straight to it. Now you got the Blue Room. It seems like the Blue Room has been. This is what the culture likes. What made you start that Blue Room idea?
I know. What was the idea?
Yeah, and I've told the story a couple of times. I told the story a couple of times, but it's just something that I can't take full credit for. I think we all had a role to play in it, but the way it started was I went to a Bags and Bodies season 1 event where they were doing some live filming. I think it might have been some of the first set of battles that was going down. But anyway, I pulled up there, and the same building that has the Blue Room, there's a room across the hall that Bags and Bodies filmed a lot of their season 1 battles, and you see like a black background and they're on a black stage and everything like that. So when I first got there, I forget whether it was I think it was a combination of Avocado and John, and they were John Adon, and he was like, they was like, yo, take a look across the hall at this venue over here too, or this room over here. And Avo loved the room. John was put me on, and John I think was like the person that knew the owner or the manager of that venue. So I was like, yo, I mean, I love the Bags and Bodies room too. I probably want to do some events in there, but this other room, and it wasn't blue, it was just a white backdrop and everything like that with the black wall and everything. And the way Avo was expressing it, like, yeah, we put the logo up on the wall and everything. I love this area. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna make the call. So I made the call. And then we put together not Divide and Conquer, Closure Part 2 in there. Yeah. The card that originally had Big K versus 40 Bucks. Is that my shit? We back? We good?
Yeah, we good.
We good?
Yeah, we good. We good.
We good?
Yeah.
My shit froze. We good?
Yeah,
we good. We good.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay, now I hear y'all. Yeah, now I hear y'all. I froze for a second.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, that original card that had
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, y'all are breaking up. Is that my side?
Probably so, but it's all right. Just keep on going. Can you hear us? Mic check. Mic check.
Yeah, I think it's his.
Yeah, because yeah, this is his. He might have to go to
Yeah, I think it is. I definitely think it's my side. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. I think it might be just maybe because I don't know. I see you.
Yeah, you good.
I see you.
All right. Yeah, let me know if I go out again. Then I'll probably switch the network or so. I'll switch to a different network.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, so it was like, the car that had 40 bars, Ill Will, and everything. So when I pull up to the venue, I had like this pink AMG hat on, and in the hallway I saw Albo, and Albo was like, "Yo, I think your hat is gonna glow." You know what I'm saying? And the lights in there, and I was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" So I walked in there, and it was like you see this blue-black light, and the whole wall and everything looked like this dark, gloomy blue, and I was just like, "Oh, that should look crazy." So we did the battles, and when I started seeing the footage, I was just like, nah, I kind of want to stay with this. And then it was just after that, it's about putting the marketing and the promotion behind it, right? So once we started putting the marketing and the promotion behind it, Blue Room, and then we did it consistently. The first event leads to the second one, the third one, and so forth and so on. And then the last touch, well, I say the last two touches was number one, we were having stellar events and classic battles. Right, like Hollow and Ill Will, for example, and Ill Will and 40 bars. Like we're having classic battles. Like, so having stellar events and classic battles was one of the last touches. And the second of the last touch was the actual battle rappers loving the layout, loving the feel, loving the space. You know what I'm saying? So the battle rappers walking in there, feeling the energy and being like, yo, rapping here just feels like the essence. It feels right. And then the fact that it's pit style, it's just the battlers drove it home. The battlers is really what put that final touch on it to make it like that's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the Blue Room came about.
I want to say congratulations on that Blue Room thing. First of all, and what I like about it is the fact that you will have world-class battle rappers, top level, like the biggest stars, and they're put in an environment where they are forced to rap, and they can't skate by with being or good. Let's take Goods and Calico. You can't skate by just being Goods and I got all these views. Like in this Blue Room, you're expected to rap. And I see Goods. I talked with Goods. He says, I'm about to remind them that I come from the small rooms. I can get busy. He wants to be the what he said, the Cypher Goods for this particular battle. I was talking with Hitman about that yesterday. Like all the views and all the fame don't mean nothing when a monster like Ill Will is in front of you and you're forced to rap and show us that you can rap. So I like what that room means. It means that the essence of you gotta have bars in this motherfucking room, bro.
Yeah, it's really that. The setting is just, it's like one of the most perfect settings that the culture has had. I mean, and I said before, I give my credit where credit is due. We've had those before. I feel like the Bunker with King of the Dot was one of those.
True.
I feel like band with when it was just a black room with the white lights swinging at the top or whatever. I feel like band had a serious setting. And there's been a couple others where I just feel like, yo, the setting and everything just comes together for battle rap to be perfect, the energy and the ambiance. But I mean, we see the greats saying it, like Murder Mook opens up his first round saying, "Oh, for me," you know what I'm saying? Like that means something. That means something to RBE as far as like watching the battlers say like, nah, it's separate the business, separate the matchup, whatever. AR, I want to rap there. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why it's Max Out 3, but we took it out of Believe Music Hall and we said we're not getting off of what's been stellar for us this year, which is the Blue Room.
Okay. So the promo's been crazy from you, especially from Averb. Seen Hitman doing it. Me and Danny had a conversation about it, and we wanted to talk to majority of the league owners about it, and I'm glad that I have you on. So when it comes to throwing a huge card or any type of card, who's responsible to promote and sell the battle? Is it the league owner or is it the battlers?
You almost spit his water out on that one. That nigga
felt like I was over wilding out for a second.
Nigga, look in the contract.
So you got that's a very good question. The reason why there's gray area is because you have what you call promoters, right? You take the typical promoter that rents out a venue, he calls Little Dirk for a walkthrough, puts out a couple flyers. He's responsible for getting the word out there. Little Dirk, just his likeliness is enough to sell the place out. You know, whether even just his face on a flyer or whatever. Right. Maybe get a post on his Instagram. That's it. But the promoter and his reputation of throwing these crazy wild events every Saturday, and the girls is always there every Friday. Typically in that space, the promoter and the DJ even sometimes has the reputation for really doing that type of work. Now, in our space, it's nothing like the industry, like what we're discussing in that, you know, type of example.
Right.
We're built on making the fans understand why these mile-a-minute matchups are important, are interesting, or make sense, right? Or all of the above, right? It's kind of like our role in this industry. Not to mention, we have a very, very small niche market of supporters. If we was able to have, you know, 50 Little Dirks in battle rap, we would all be millionaires. All of us. Right. All of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if we had 20 real industry level superstars in battle rap, those draws, and then everybody that's under the card would be making more money. Everybody, the leagues, the sponsors would be coming in, the viewership would be through the roof. We have a very, very small niche market. So because of that, we operate different in battle rap. Now, when you ask the difference between battle rapper and league owner or league, right?
Right.
A league promotes in several ways. A league can promote simply by having a big following, right? Like URL, their average promotion over, like, let's say at least like the last 3 to 4 years, maybe, really is putting out a trailer and a bunch of flyers, right? That typically is a bulk of the visual promotion. Behind the scenes, of course, they're coordinating face-offs and stuff like that, right? Whereas if you watch RBE, you know, I have a smaller following. So you're going to see me do 1 million interviews. You're going to see me on my own channel. You're going to see me podcast. You're going to see me all over the place. I front line. So I take on some of that responsibility as well. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm setting a good example, right? I'm also setting a good example. I feel like when it comes to being successful, you need to be a part of your success. That's how I live my entire life. I don't want to be in any scenario, any situation where I'm looking like, all right, I really want to make $1 million in this situation, but all I'm going to do is just sit here on the side and just watch all the doers do it and catch a piece of it on the way out. I feel like I'm very, very adamant, like as a life jewel, of being a part of your own success. I really, really believe in that. I really believe in that. Yeah, my nigga. Yeah, I really believe in it. So
got a bar guy for that, man. That's a
yeah. So somebody like me, I'm definitely gonna be out there doing the best that I can. I'm gonna use my following as well, because I've developed a following over the years. I'm gonna use my channel, you know, and all those subscribers that we've earned over the years. I'm going to put it in the contracts and make some of it business. Like, you got to do an interview or two. But then you also got battlers where they will go that extra mile. You know what I'm saying? Because they have certain stakes in the card. Sometimes it's business related. Sometimes they feel like this matchup is important to me. Sometimes they feel like this overall moment is so massive that I just want to put this on a history timeline as well. It's special to be a part of this. And then everybody goes above and beyond. I'm seeing people on this card promote more than they ever have promoted before. People like Goods, obviously. I think this is Verb's biggest promo run ever.
Man, Verb going crazy.
Yeah, and even Hitman and Ill Will, like especially Ill Will. Ill Will could be very quiet at times.
Facts.
He could be very quiet. He could be very quiet. Not for Max Out 3. Not for Max Out 3.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen battles where he just shut down and you didn't hear from him till the day of the battle.
Yeah.
But for this, he is doing like, I'm interested. Like, oh shit, Ill Will must got a lot to say to this man.
Yeah. And y'all about to get the face off next week. It's gonna drop on the channel. So
yikes. All right. That's what we need. Let's go. What is the bare minimum required of a battler on RBE contracted for a battle? What is the bare minimum in terms of what is the?
I would say the bare minimum. Yeah, the bare minimum that's probably going to be in like an average RBE contract could be like posting a flyer, obviously, which should be very easy on your Instagram, right? Posting a flyer, and you probably got like 1 to 2 interviews to do, and you also have to appear at our press conference, which basically has all the face-offs. You know what I'm saying? The day before the event. So right. You know, for some battlers that don't garner that much attention, that still is a lot to at least engage the people that fuck with them, right? You know, like they got their fly up on their Instagram, you know, they interview or 2, you know, so at least the fans can understand why it's on the card, why the battle's there, why they should be interested in that, whether that's the main event or not, comment, whatever the case may be. And then, like I said, you never even know what happens at the face-off. The face-off, if you don't pair at the face-off, you could lose money out of your back end. So, you know, we try to nudge the battlers to be involved in the overall success, because one of the bad mentalities that I think some battle rappers have, not all, but some, especially, you know, the first half of our years being here, because we're not that old when it comes to battle rap being formalized in the public, right? So I think there's a lot of battle rappers that have the mentality of, I got my front end, I got my back end, that's set in stone. No, nothing else really matters. Who cares? Especially if it's not going to make me more money, right?
Yeah.
But I tell people all the time, a real hustler never hustles for today. A real hustler hustles for tomorrow. Never hustle just for today.
Oh God! Say that one more time for the people in the back. Say that one more time for the people in the back that did not hear that jewel.
Yeah, my bad. Is my mic good? My bad.
Yeah.
But what I said is a true hustler doesn't hustle just for today. A true hustler hustles for tomorrow.
Yikes.
So, for example, if I'm a battle rapper and I sign a contract and I'm getting a $500 deposit and a $2,000 back end, right? I'm just making up some numbers. And I'm like, that's set in stone. You know, regardless of what I do, as long as I come complete my 3 rounds, I'm walking out my back end and I'm going home. Even the mentality of how much you promote and draw more fans into you, draw more people that's going to follow you, can turn into money. You might have a YouTube channel. You might have a podcast. The league owner might realize, like, I can't even pay what I'm paying Verb for this event, right? Is a beautiful bag. It's a bag that almost anybody in battle rap would love to have. Yet the next time me and Verb negotiate, it's not going to be easy for me to pay him the same
thing. Because I literally just said this. I was like,
it's not going to be easy. It's not, you know what? Remove RBE. It's not going to be easy even for other leagues to pay him the same thing. Right? I could use, even when it comes to viewership, I could speak on Goods. Shout out to Goods. Goods can negotiate with a league that's just, even a small league that's trying to do a 1-rounder, and he has points of references from the past because he took it serious and he showed up. He could go up to a league and be like, yo, my 1-rounders do 1 million views. You better go look at my early work on RBE versus Danger Zone or Adi Boom or whatever. So this is what I'm bringing you. I need a little bit more on my bag. So the hustling for tomorrow, as far as promoting, making your brand bigger, making the event bigger. Some people have that closed mentality. Like, at this point, I'm only making the league owner more money. But if you're making the league owning more money, if the league is growing, if you're a good negotiator and you're a drawer, you're going to grow with that as well, because nobody on my platform that was battling in 2014 is making the same amount of money that they're making in 2023. So the battlers have grown with me. So RBE is making more money, but we're also paying more money.
I said,
you know what I'm saying?
I said
so it's really a deeper mentality of what type of hustler you are.
So we're very close to Max Out 3. I'm very excited
September
for
2nd.
it. So the battle, I love all the battles, man, but the battle I am looking forward to the most is A Ward and A Verb. What are the chances, as anticipating as hype this battle is, what are the chances you actually move it as the actual main event?
Oh yeah. I mean, when it comes to placement on a card after the main event, you know, the first announcement, the biggest draw on the card, viewership wise and legacy wise and all that. After that, the flyer doesn't even matter to me. You know, and sometimes I get into it with battlers, like, yo, I'm at the bottom of the card. I'll be like, yo, I don't care. Like, if there's certain cards where I could tell if I work with certain people, I'm gonna have 2 different sets of flyers. Like, here, you're the main event on this flyer, and you're the main event on that flyer. You know what I'm saying? So that shit don't matter to me. Now, the battlers that want their accolades and their stripes, I'll let them duel that out. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's really for the fans. That's not really for me. That's not for the platform. If there's fans that's coming in saying, I'm here because I need to see QB versus RX, then that's your main event. Right. If there's fans that's here like, yo, I'm on my golden era shit, I'm here to see Calico versus Goods no matter what. That's your main event. You know what I'm saying? If you're like, yo, the biggest battler versus arguably the best battler in the world, Ill Will, that's at the top of the flyer. That's what I'm here for. That's your main event. If it's A Verb and A Ward because it's the most promotion and A Verb's going crazy and A Ward's he's got a fight at this time, or his legacy might be on the line. Like, that's your main event. You know what I'm saying? So that's not really for me. That's really for what the fans want to see on September 2nd.
I want to give you your kudos for being, I've always said this is documented. I've said, you know, ARP is one of the master matchmakers in the code. You know, like, Appreciate that. You don't just throw random shit together. Even the ones that seem random at first, actually, when it pans out, like I'll look at a Daylight and Oops, right? I'll say, what the hell? What is this? What is this? Then that turns out to have grown men in the building crying. Turns out to be a classic. You know what I'm saying? And so
yeah.
What is the mentality in going into making matchups?
Man, it's nothing that's set in stone. It's nothing that's set in stone. There have been some battles that fell into place because of, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because of the way business and availability or timing was going. Like, I say the story plenty of times. Max Out 1, we wanted to do Hitman versus Briz, which to me, the matchup was almost perfect. You know, their aggression, their performance, the way that they both are on a big stage. And then we wanted to do Cassidy versus Rum Nitty, the original, one of the original punchers versus, there you go, one of the original punchers versus the new era puncher, right? New age puncher. Like, those matchups on paper, they look perfect, damn near, and they make sense, right? But I say all the time, like, you know, things wasn't lining up with Cass and Nitty, things wasn't lining up with Hitman and Briz. Hitman and Cass was ready to battle. They was ready to go. And I said, all right, how about y'all just battle each other? And instead of this being a perfect style matchup on paper, instead we just go for a mega match, something that's just going to make all of us pay attention. And then y'all are going to decide the outcome of how good this actually is. And then we ended up with one of the biggest main events in battle rap history. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you're going to get situations like that. Then, and this is me actually trying to not take all the credit for things. It's me being real. You also got stuff that's hanging out there where it's my job to try to say, like, I think that's dope. I think it's good for RBE. I think the fans will love to see it. I think the battlers might be down to see it or do that. Okay, cool. Let's go do the QB versus the Arsenal, the King of Disrespect versus the Queen of Disrespect, or let's go do the Hitman versus Bill Collector. It's like a 7-year-old grudge match or whatever, but it never happened. You know what I'm saying? So let me try to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. Yeah, you got those scenarios, but then also you got scenarios where it's just really on your mad scientist shit, where you're just sitting down and you're just like, all right, you know, I kind of want to see Murder Mook versus Big K. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, oh, we didn't ask for this. And I'm like, that's a good thing. It's a good thing that you didn't ask for it. That means that I was being creative or I was showing originality. You know what I'm saying? So we have all those different bags over here, but you know, it just comes with the experience as well, and it also comes with being a fan of y'all. It comes with being a fan.
So I want to know. A lot of people have asked this. Whose idea was to raise those damn ticket prices? Because those are the most expensive ticket prices in battle rap history. I can't even think of none right now.
Yo, I'm not even. I don't want any fans to watch this and think I'm laughing at the question. I'm laughing at the fucking sound effects.
Oh yeah, I got all. I got all the street fighting. I got look, man. We have fun on this show, man.
Nah, this is dope. This is dope. But all right. So, door ticket prices. That's all RBE. That's well. Well, you got obviously the energy of like the first announcement, Hitman and Ill Will, and then it's just like, all right, the first batch is sold out, second batch is coming online, and then by the time the second batch came online, then we announced A-Verb and A-Ward, and then the rest of the remaining second batch just went light speed, and it's like, all right, now it's time for third batch, and then we ended up getting to the fourth batch, and then it was sold out. So that we've done tactical rollouts like that before in batches where we watch the anticipation because we know it's like playing spades. You know how you play spades and you might hold towards the end of your hand. You know, you got the small joker, the little joker, the ace of spade, the ace. You know what I'm saying? You might hold your king of spade, you holding your trumps and all that. It was kind of like that. But as you banging your cards on the table, you're watching the other team and the culture, the masses, the fans. You're watching them react like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So of course you got that aspect of it. And then even like I took some advice from Avocado. Avocado called me when we first put the first wave of tickets up. I think there was only like $60 general admission. And he called me and he was just like, yo, this is a small room. You know, like this is a VIP event. Like this isn't like a venue or a setup where the battlers is backstage all night or they in some VIP and you can't see them, you can't get to them or whatever the case may be. He was like, this is all on a pit style, same level. You know what I'm saying? So you could be standing next to Ill Will all night. You know what I'm saying? As he's watching the battles, or Calico might be right there. You could walk up on him and ask him for an interview or ask him for a picture. And then you got celebrities and you got who's in the building. And it's just like, this becomes a VIP environment and it's limited space. So you're supposed to sell that for a premium ARP. And I'm just like, I understand, like the mentality behind it. So, you know, we went through that and then the general admissions got up to 200 and then they sold out. And even right now I probably have gotten at least, no bullshit, I'd say me alone, over 60 DMs on IG of people just asking like, how do I still get a ticket even though it's sold out, or name your price, I got at least that I've been able to read. I don't even get through all of my DMs, but at least like 60 of those are people like, how much do you need for me to get in? You know what I'm saying? And I had to just walk away from it because we're managing the capacity at this point. You know what I'm saying? So that's as far as the in the building shit. When it comes to the pay-per-view, it was a similar mentality, but then I take advice from people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very humble person. I take advice from Holla. I take advice from Verb. Verb called me, impressed me, bullied me, like, nah, raise it right now. I'm like, all right, you're right. I'm gonna raise it right now. You know what I'm saying? Take advice from Verb. I get on the phone with Rap Grid. You know, they're carrying a pay-per-view. I get on the phone with them. They do stats across every league, and they don't tell me other leagues' business, but they also see the metrics for us. They see like the pace of our sales. Like, yo, nobody has ever sold this many pay-per-views, you know, when you were almost a month and a half out. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and he knows that, you know what I'm saying? So then we're on the phone, you know, having conversations like, all right, what price point should we go Friday when we, you know, we release Calico and Goods? What should we raise it to? And should we leave it there for the remainder, or should we do it the day of? And, you know, it's like a lot of tactical. Then you also watch the fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the bloggers say like, yo, ARP could literally take this shit to $100 and nobody would complain. I'm watching the bloggers say that. I'm watching the bloggers say that. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm watching the fans too. I'm watching the fans say, they're saying on like, yo, I got mine before it went up. Everybody understands. They look at the card. People have heard enough rumors about battle rap business, and they're looking at the card and they're just like, it's worth it. That's really worth it. Like whether you go, if you go to a concert, it's like, imagine if you got like 7 Kevin Harts to perform that night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what Maxed Out 3 feels like. So it's just like, yo, it's worth it. And then RBE still gave you customer service by starting it out at a low price point and gave everybody these opportunities along the way. So it's not like we just blindside everybody and said, we got everything that you want to see, and it's $500. Them motherfuckers would be like, damn, you doing me like that? No, it's like, nah, we walked up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people respect it. They respect it.
Definitely respect it. I ain't mad at that, man. At the end of the day, being in business is to make as much money as you can. You know what I'm saying? And people should
if we don't, then I can't put on a Max Out 4 like this for you, because I'm gonna be like, no, we tried to give y'all the world, and y'all and they didn't show up. So then, you know, why would I do Max Out 4? I'm not here to be Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? So
right. One of the elephants in the room was that the Goods and Calico. Like that was it was like, yo, that's a URL battle. That's why. Why did they never book that? What happened? How did ARP get this? Like it was a shock almost. Like, damn, he got this shit. And then everybody looking at it like, how come? It's almost like I would liken it to Lux and Hollow, right? When Arsenal booked the Lux and Hollow, it was like one of those battles where you just automatically know that this is gonna happen on URL. Like that, it's almost like you pull these joints, these battles just come out of nowhere, but they really didn't come out of nowhere because they've been there the whole time. And it's like you like, fuck, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, that surprised me too. Because
it happens. And I think we do have ideas that go different directions at times. Like there's matchups that I created and then ended up on URL. Right. And so like that's my idea going somewhere else. Or there's times where there's creativity in the air and it's just about who's going to step in. One of the things when we was talking about setting up matchups or being a match creator, the fourth one that I left out was actually the battle rappers themselves. Right. So when we talk about like Danny Myers versus Ilmac, right? I didn't have that original thought. The battle rappers did. You see what I'm saying? So it's and like even with Goods and Calico, it's funny too, because the very first time that I worked with Goods, that wasn't a matchup that I created. I didn't create Goods versus Danger Zone. You know what I'm saying? Like I told this story years ago in the past. Verb put up a blog, basically offering leagues to do a 1-rounder to an up and comer, and I was rocking with Adi Boom at the time. So I saw that blog and I reached out to Verb. I forget whether I got up my hands on his number or if I DM'd him or something. I forget. But I got in touch with Verb and I was just like, yo, I'm on that for like my first event. You know, top tiers versus giving people shots. You know, I'm going to do a card that has a bunch of that in there. You know, I want to do you versus Adi Boom. He was like, all right, cool, let's go. He's the one that told Goods, like, yo, this guy over here, ARP, you know, he's starting a new league. You know what I'm saying? Business seems to be up front or whatever. Goods gets in touch to me now because you know how battle rappers are. Battle rappers share information. Like they're like, yo, this Negro, or they got this or that this going on. Facts. So yeah, Goods gets in touch with me. He was like, yo, I got a 1-rounder for you. Same type of setup. Me and the dude Danger Zone, we in Facebook right now going back and forth. So that matchup right there, we could bring to your shit. And I was like, you want to know what? If the price is right, let's go. And that's how that matchup happened. So fast forward. I say stories like that to say that happens a lot, and Calico and Goods is similar. I wasn't looking at Calico and Goods as like, yo, I'm in the process of booking Max Out 3 and I'm going after Calico and Goods. That's not what happened. Actually, and Calico said it in his recent Hip Hop Is Real interview. He's not lying. I called Calico for show off, right?
Oh, wow. What?
Yeah, I called Calico for show off. And now that Calico has literally said this in his interview already, he's not lying. And it was different business for doing something that I wanted at the time or something that he wanted at the time, right? And he made it not make as much sense to do the stuff that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? But Calico is a good negotiator and a hustler. So, you know, we ended up having conversations then about A-Ward, me and Calico. That was the second person me and Calico talked about, was A-Ward.
Oh, that's dope.
But then when I got the opportunity to do A-Verb and A-Ward, I was like, that's a priority. So I did that, right? And then around the same time, I'm having a conversation with Goods. Me and Goods is talking about Goods versus Big K because they had tension, right? Like Big K took shots at Goods over the social distance video. Big K felt the way about how Goods was talking in some of his interviews about when Adi Boom and Big K had their battle. You know, so Big K felt the way. So that's how they developed their little tension. On both sides, they have their reasons why they disliked each other at the time. And I knew all of this already. So that's the battle that I was really going at with Big K. So this is all the history of these battles right here, y'all. I can't make none of this shit up. Yeah, I can't make none of this shit up.
That's dope.
I can't make none of this shit up. So then, mind you, I got Ill Will and Hitman already locked in. I take Verb to go with A-Ward because that's more of a priority than Calico and A-Ward to me, right? And then Young Ill comes into the fold. When Young Ill came into the fold, I took Big K and I said, yo, what's up with Young Ill? And once he agreed to it, I'll put that together, right? So that took Big K off the map for Goods, and there was no show off and A-Ward for Calico.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now when I'm talking to Goods and Calico, that comes up now. And I'm like, listen, if the numbers work out, once again, I'm with it. And they both got paid very, very well. They got super deals, but we kind of made sure that it wasn't gonna be like, all right, now it's just like everybody's just going for fucking top dollar as if I'm the lottery. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, but Calico and Goods deserve it. And I think they got paid what they was looking to get paid. But at the same time, I think that we all understood what we had already was going to be dope for everybody involved. And we just all made it work. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Calico and Goods happened. So it wasn't like I saw interviews out there and I said, yo, Cal and Goods, like that's literally what happened. You know what I mean?
What year did you hit the lottery and you didn't tell nobody? Because there was a point like when y'all was one of them leagues on the rise, and then we start seeing you book Cassidy, Mook, Hitman, all the highest paid battlers. I'm like, where did ARP get this bag? I seen the jokes like, and even you said something like, I got a very generous plug or something like that. I gotta.
I'm always gonna put it off somewhere else. I'm always gonna put it off somewhere else.
That's right.
I'm always gonna put it off somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, listen. I don't play the lottery.
Oh,
yeah, I don't play the lottery. I've never played the lottery. Shout out to people that play the lottery. You know what I mean? I bought a scratch ticket or two in my life just fucking around, just playing around and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I never really been into that. But it's hard work. And I'll say this. As much as RBE is one of the stronger finance platforms, one of the strongest finance platforms in our culture, as much as we really are that, at the same time, the battlers and the fans have also made us be in this position where we can deliver this. You know what I'm saying? Because like, let's say Max Out 3 costs $100,000 just in deposits, right? I obviously have to be in a certain position to come up with that $100,000, right? But the back ends, right? If that doesn't land the right way, then I end up like some of these other league owners not paying the battle rappers. No, it happens in history. Like, it happens. It happens. Like, there's league owners. It happens.
I've seen it happen. It happened to me.
Oh, there you go. So I'm not. Listen, I'm speaking in general. I'm speaking in general.
Nobody, no shots. No shots.
No. I'm speaking in general. So point being, if the battlers don't do a good job to help RBE continue to grow, if our fan base doesn't continue to grow and support us, once again, I said I'm not Santa Claus. I'll do max out 1 and I'll see like, oh, the shit went backwards. There's not going to be a max out 2 a month and a half later. We did max out 1 and max out 2 like a month and a half apart. So that's why it'd be like funny when people be like, yo, max out 1, like, you know, it broke them niggas. So then why would we do max out 2 a month and a half later? It's just like, okay, once again, everybody makes money except for RBE in those situations. But I don't want to argue that much with that type of, because fine, don't count my pockets then. I lost. We all lost.
Stay out my pocket. Don't worry about RBE. Don't worry about what I.
So, I mean, I say all that to say once again that you know, RBE obviously plays a big part in getting some of this big stuff done. But I think the culture, our following being built, the battles that play their part, the medias, the bloggers, everybody helps these leagues. These leagues, there's no league out here, including the biggest league owners. I don't care if it's ARP on camera, Organic on camera, Remy Ma on camera, Smack on camera, Beasley on camera. Still, after all of these years, we still say support. Support. We still say that.
Right.
Ain't no Rihanna dropping an album talking about support. Like she knows, like, I'm about to make this 5 million real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know. So we all still need, you know, what's around us to work as well.
So for go ahead, Keo.
Is there a battle that you're looking forward to see that people are not talking about enough? You know, I know the A Wars and the A Verbs, Goods and Calico, Hitman and Ill Will. Is there a battle that you're looking forward to see that people are not talking about enough?
There's a bunch, man. I still like Cassidy and Big K. I still like that a lot. I did like Ill Will and Disaster. I'm just being honest. I like Mook and Ill Will. I still like Lux and everybody that I named already. I could even bring up some of my hitters. Like, I still like Coach Coleone and Big K, 2 punches.
Fire.
Yeah, I still want to see Show Off. I still want to see Show Off in Calico. I wouldn't mind seeing Goods and Rosenberg Raw. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, that's
fire. Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, there's a lot of dope shit. There's a lot of dope shit. I've never had my Shotty Horror debut. Shotty Horror versus Ill Will. We did a social distance of. I would love to see that. There's a lot out there, man. There's a bunch.
Once again, the master matchup maker strikes again. You know, stop putting all these matchups out there, man. For you see them somewhere else, you like, damn.
It's all good. If I see him somewhere else, I promise you, I'm not gonna make attempts to block him.
Wow.
I'm not.
Yo, ARP.
The fucking sound effects. Was that the quarter in the slot sound effect?
Yeah. Damn it.
So ARP. So I know they dropped some Summer Madness announcements. I know that you have an announcement coming up. Are you planning to announce that any soon?
No.
Okay.
No more announcements for us. Nothing ever changes what we do. We change what other people do. That's the fact.
Shit.
Wow.
I'm not. I don't. There's no need for me to say, "Damn, I need to." Nah. It's we have our surprise battle. We sticking to the plan. Ain't gonna be no. Oh, let me go can I hit those guys up and see if I could announce it? Damn, let me get in the mix. Like we know. I think everybody that's outside right now is confident in what they got. If I worked with URL, I'd be very confident in my Summer Madness card. If I was Chrome 23, I'd be very confident in the fact that I got Geechee Gotti versus Easy the Block Captain. If I was on the Trenches staff, I'd be like, yo, I already got my nostalgia shit going on. So there's a reason if you're a battle rap fan, people don't want to see that. If you're RBE, you feel like Max Out 3 could actually, you know, after we talk about off paper, if it all delivers the way we've been delivering in 2023, could literally be one of the best events ever. So I think everybody that's outside right now has reasons to be confident.
Right.
And if you really, really, you know, are that type of person and that type of matchmaker, that type of work that you put in to this culture, then you happy with what you got. You know what I'm saying? And on September 2nd, when we add our surprise battle to the event, I just think it's continuing in the overkill trend. You know what I'm saying? It's just overkill.
What's I know that's too, you know, I know you focus on Maxed Out right now, but what's after the Maxed Out event? You got
yeah. I was wondering the same thing.
That's such an easy question for me. Vacation.
Oh. I thought you were gonna have another event, man.
Yo, league owners.
You can't
League owners love to keep the perception of like, yo, it's a freight train. Like, and then after this, I got this and I got that. And maybe I do. Maybe in my mind, I kind of got an idea of where I want to go next or where RBE got going on next. But my mind really I'm not scared to say this to the public. When these events be over, considering the big events with all the work that it takes leading in, all the stress, all the communication, all the coordination, all the controversy, all the work, all the crossing your T's and dotting your I's, all the money spent, all the stress, like, and I'm a sole person that carries a lot of weight. And then, of course, I got a team. Got Lawrence, I got Winged, I got the rest of the RBE staff, I got security guards, I got people I got all this, the battlers that's really, really holding me down or holding at least the situation down, even if they're not aligned with me that interpersonally. You know what I'm saying? All of that. When all of that is done, though, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Niggas be like, yo, let me take a step back for a second. Now that all this shit is off my fucking shoulders, let me take a vacation.
Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. What happens is the culture and the fan. What the culture and the fans see is that 5 to 8 hour event. That's what y'all see. But behind the scenes, we're working for 2 months.
Damn.
Even the commentators. Shout out to Vada, Showtime SP, and Rosenberg Raw. They have weekly meetings. And Avocado. They have meetings. You know what I'm saying? They have to come up with their own ideas and graphics and all of this, and they have to coordinate it because when the stream cuts on, they didn't get a chance to all rehearse like that. So when the stream cuts on, it's like, oh, this is what we planned and all these phone calls and shit. That's work.
It is.
That is work. So it's a tough job, man. Vacation. Fuck all that.
Yeah. The same thing. Like, I feel the same thing about battle rappers. Like, I mean, the fans will just click on a battle. It says 35 minutes, 40. They might see 20, 30 minutes of battle rap, but they didn't know like Danny Myers had to wake up 6 in the morning rehearsing. Danny Myers had to go still taking care of kids, taking his kids to school, clean up the house, all phone calls, all kind of shit, right? And still gotta rehearse and remember and write and remember reciting and go to sleep thinking about this motherfucker, wake up thinking about they don't see all that. They just see the battle. So I understand how difficult it is to run an event on both sides, from just the league owners to the battlers to the cameramen, all the unsung heroes that make all these different moving parts that make battle rap work. So salute to you. Hey, Keo, what he gonna do after the event? He gonna look at his phone. He gonna say, "Oh, 5 million in my account. I came up."
If after the event, if I look at my phone and there's 5 million there, I know. If there's 5 million there, I know I gotta give out 4 of it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get yo dead. Hey, yo dead. Hey, yo, Dan, you ain't gonna get me on this stream and set me up for the IRS.
I was set you up for the IRS.
It ain't happening. If Bob hit my shit, IRS, I'm keeping one. I'm keeping a humble one for me, and that other 4 is going out.
The humble one. I like that.
Yeah, I'm good with the one. I'm good with the one.
One last question for you before we get out of here. Champion of the year, Big K. What if he does his job against Young Ill? That is, what's his chances to you of winning champion of the year?
Extremely high. Extremely high. I think right now this is closeout because the battle is September 2nd. Let's say his battle drops in October. You know, we're Halloween time now. We're winter time now. You know what I'm saying? So I think that closeout right there, whether he has another battle or not, he might. But even if he doesn't, I think the impact of Big K's battles, like his performance of A-Ward with A-Ward, and that being a grudge match, right? That being rescheduled, and having a storyline, A-Ward being one of the best battle rappers in the game, all of that, you know, plays a part. His performance was so incredible that people are saying that it's one of his best performances ever. And that performance actually makes it make sense at the time to do Murder Mook, who people say is the logo. You know what I'm saying? So then you have that battle, and then that battle goes very well for Big K. Then you have Rex. Now that connects the storylines of I'm battling Mount Rushmores.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that turns out to be a very, very good battle. You know, K keeps his movement going the right way. He's just still putting on for his fans. Then he got a battle that has nostalgia around it. Is St. Louis coming in there and walking out with being 3-0 that night? Are they leaving out of there 2-1? Are we going to have that type of, because it's like a historic moment of these 3 kings of St. Louis being on the same card.
Right.
I don't know if this will ever happen again. You know what I'm saying? So the opponents have their own shields that they got to raise, where it's just like, okay, K, not only are you battling somebody that people revere highly, a fucking legend, but he's in an environment and a situation where he's returning, and it's this whole St. Louis and Midwest power that's happening on September 2nd. How do you fare to that in the middle of this stellar run that you're having? You know what I'm saying? So that's meaningful. You know what I mean? And then after that, I think obviously people's going to watch the turnout of Young Ill, the turnout of Easy and Geechee. And then I think the last person, I think those 2 people, actually, I don't even have to say a different battle. It's those 3. It's Easy, it's Geechee, and it's Big K. And respect to everybody that's put in work all year. But I think that not only have their performances been stellar, not only have they won, if at least a majority, if not all of their battles, but there's been impact from their battles. Their battles have meant something. Their battles have meant something. You know what I'm saying? When Easy battles Hitman, it means a lot. When Geechee battles Easy, that's like the 2 new era kings. That means a lot. When Big K battles Murder Mook, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Champion, shout out to Black, and shout out to Big K, man. I think he's definitely in that lead race right now, and he's having an amazing year.
Somebody on the top of the screen next to me right now might have something to say for Champion of the Year. Isn't that right, Danny?
Man, listen, man. Hey, they got it. The big dogs got it.
But Danny trying to jump in there? Okay, I can't listen.
Hey, listen. Real quick, what was it like getting Young Ill to come back outside, man?
It was
one of my favorites of all time,
man. It's dope for 3 reasons. The first reason is I really humbly am proud of the RBE library, right? That's why having appreciate that. That's why I still, whether it happens or not, I still look at Loaded Lux, Shoddy Horror, Free Sue Surf, You know, like, because the library of RBE is just so stellar. Like, when you go down our 10 years and you see our classics and our creativity and the talent that has come through, it's been the best of the best. Not every league will be able to say that. Not every, there's only but so many leagues that'll come through battle rap and have the type of library of talent. Actually, the only other leagues that can claim that library of talent is URL and King of the Dot. You know what I'm saying? So the library of talent that we have, you know, and having Young Ill added to that means a lot to the RBE legacy, right? So that's one factor there. You got the second factor of, this is a situation on September 2nd that may never happen again. You know what I'm saying? We all know how important the Midwest and St. Louis is to the history of battle rap. The history of battle rap. You can't, the timeline changes. The butterfly effect is, if we don't know what world we would be in if you didn't have Hitman, Verb, Young Ill, D Magic. You know, it's like the butterfly effect of that is even bugged out to think about when you remove their battles and their moments off of the timeline. Even some of these companies might change. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, the butterfly effect. Like, URL might not be who they are. RBE might not be who they are. You know what I'm saying? The butterfly effect of the Midwest movement and the St. Louis guys impacting the overall culture. So that's the second reason why having Young Ill is important. The third reason is, if you remember your RBE history, when me and Verb got into it because the Iron Solomon battle got canceled, when, you know, they came in and, you know, with the situation with Loaded Lux or whatever, right? People forget, out of loyalty, Young Ill went with Verb. We had Young Ill versus Ill Will booked. Right? Yeah, the two ills, Young Ill and Ill Will, the two ills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, double the sickness is what we was like saying dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so when we lost that battle, it's just like, damn, like we lost the battle that we deserved. We lost a battle that we paid for. We lost a battle that we felt wasn't politics wise, you know, it was in our right to have our moment with both of those battles, Verb and Iron, as well as Young Ill versus Ill Will, and we lost it. You know what I'm saying? The whole car got blown up, and now we get that opportunity to work with Young Ill again. It just so happens to be in a way bigger and a way better situation.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the karma and the patience pays off. You know what I'm saying? Right. So those are the three reasons why it's dope to have Young Ill there. And I hope that he knows that those three factors right there, I hope that motivates him, even though I feel like he's already motivated by his peers as well as himself. But now that's important for us, man.
As a fan, real quick, I'm out of here. But as a fan,
I'm good. It's all good. This real battle rap right now. I fuck with
we talk real hip hop shit. What is your most anticipated battle on this card? If you can say.
I can. I said it before, and I ain't gonna switch up on y'all. It's Ill Will versus Hitman.
Oh, the main event, huh?
It's Ill Will versus Hitman. That is
How about that? Who's winning? How about, can you say that?
Before I get there, the reason why I'm looking forward to Hitman and Ill Will the most is because it's a matchup that I think I've been trying to do since 2018.
Okay, all right.
2018, you know, is the first time I even negotiated with Hitman Holla. I negotiated for him to be on the Rare Breeds card with Mook versus Verb return, and then he ended up getting a call for Tay-Rock. You know what I'm saying? For that Summer Madness card. So you know, Ill Will was one of the names that came up then. And then you know, there's even on my gram, there's a face-off picture of Ill Will versus Hitman at a Bags and Bodies event, probably like a year ago or something like that. You know, I've been pushing for that for a long time, and the timing or negotiations, or, you know, Hitman's over here battling easy, or Ill Will's chilling for a second, or Ill Will's got, you know, Hollow right now, or, You know what I'm saying? It's just all, and then the timing, I feel like finally is coming together where, and then the card, and then everything just lined up. And even with Ill Will, me and Ill Will probably even negotiated for this battle like a year and a half, like 2 years ago. We negotiated this battle. I remember we was talking about some opponents, and I was just like, look, I'm gonna do this, and then if I can get you Hollow and or Hitman, I'm gonna do this. And I stood on those numbers for him. You know what I'm saying? And that was like 2 years ago. So I've even pre-negotiated the Hitman and Will battle, so that even when me and Will get on the phone, I was able to pull that card and be like, yo, man, we already did this. Like,
right.
I mean, it might have been 2 years ago, but we did it.
Don't raise them numbers up now, nigga. You said
Nah, but shout out to Will. Will's a good nigga, and he's always fair, man. That's my nigga past battle rap. Like, he's a fair nigga, man, and he's a good nigga too, and he's solid, super solid. But now that battle's it's a legacy battle. The same way I introduced Hollow versus Ill Will, and I did my humble like, yo, this is a legacy battle for RBE. There's certain battles that will happen that is just like, that battle would have only happened at RBE. It's been promoted by us for a long time. We made it happen through hell and back, and then they show up, and then the stage is set for them. That's a legacy RBE battle. You know what I'm saying? Like a Mook and a Big K, or a Daylight versus a Oops, or even an O-Red versus a Oops, or a Swave 7 versus a Show Off, or a Rosenberg Raw versus a Charlie. Like, even you. And rest in peace, Pat Stay. You have 2 legacy battles, RBE legacy battles on my platform, Dan.
Appreciate it.
One of them definitely is Chilla Jones, because at the time that was touted as such a writer's dream battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the battle was just incredible to watch at that moment for you two guys. And it's a classic. It's an all-time RBE classic. And then the second one that's a legacy battle for me, not just because it was Pat, but because like a week or 2 before Pat passed away, he did a 3-Letterman interview, and he said his favorite performance is versus Danny Myers.
Damn, bro. Damn. That's that. Damn.
Yo, he said his favorite performances, and even my skin is crawling right now saying it. But he said his favorite performance is and God, please forgive me, Pat, please forgive me if I'm misquoting any of this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like 99.9%, because even I think 3 sent it to me, but like right after he passed, 3 was like, I just in the interview he took, and I think even, I don't know if it's still at the top of his gram or if somebody else has been on his gram, but after he passed, a clip of you versus him, you know, that classic bar that he hit you with, you know what I'm saying? That should have showed, like it was pinned to the top of his gram.
Damn, man.
Like pull up your phone right now. Somebody pull up their phone and see if it's still pinned to the top of Pat's gram.
I don't even. Nah, I ain't doing that.
No. This is a tribute. This is a tribute. Do it. This is a tribute.
I hate that. I don't even like looking at pictures of the man.
This is a tribute. This is a tribute.
You're right.
Go to the screen.
You're right. Let me.
It's still pinned on top of the gram. It's still,
that's what I'm saying.
Word. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you and Pat becomes special to me, despite it being on one of our biggest cards ever, the Rare Breeds card, which is titled after our company. Right. I can't line this shit up any you know what I'm saying, any crazier. So it's like, man, it's just like that battle is so important to us. So legacy battle, man. Ill Will and Hitman Holla kind of folds into that for RBE. Legacy RBE matches. Regardless of how the culture feels about it, for me and for us, it's a legacy battle.
I love it. When that was the first announcement, I was like, oh, that just sold. That's just sold me the card by itself. Hitman, Ill Will, bro, and this is 2 Midwest monsters. Wow, yeah, man. Keo, what you got at? You got any closing questions?
Man, I just want to thank ARP. You know, it's been a minute since he pulled up. You know, and I've been wanting to pull him up to the show for a minute, and wanted to talk about this maxed out card. You know, and shout out to you, everything you do for the culture, and definitely appreciate everything you do. So
appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. This might be one of my favorite interviews of the year. It feels like, man. This really felt like battle rap. This conversation, man. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all a lot for this interview.
Salute. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you for spending your precious time. We are watching this card. We are anticipating it's one of the most anticipated cards of the year. You know, battle rap was in a little weird spot after the hollow and ill will, right? Is that after that, I was like, oh yeah, this shit cracking. Then all the little drama shit start happening. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, here go the max shot announcement. We like, yes, battle rap is back. You know what I'm saying? Then Summer Madness follows, and then we got the Easy and the Geechee, then the Geechee and Coffee, the Nitty and Jazz, and it's
I got that one. Yeah. Shout out to the Riot. Yeah, shout out to the Riot. Yeah.
Shout out to the Riot. Shout out to you. Shout out to Wing and her development of the bricks, and shout out to the new talent that is making its way to the RBE platform.
And you want to know what? I keep it 1,000. No hate. GTX played a role too. Because when they came out with their card, it was like, oh wow, y'all got something amazing going on. You know what I'm saying? So I think right now, like the culture just hit crazy, and it's just like, I'm not saying this with any slight. I don't want anybody to take this with any slight. I mean this in such a positive way. I've been screaming about stuff like that forever. I've always been a big proponent of you can't see everything in one place, right? There's different relationships, there's different creativity, there's different business structures, there's different ideas, there's all different types of stuff that will make Danny Myers versus Loaded Lux never happen on RBE, but happen on Chrome, or like Averb and A-Ward. I think that a couple platforms were interested. I was able to make it happen. Let's say Hitman and Easy. I would have loved to do that battle. Remy made it happen. Tay-Rock and Av. You know what I'm saying? That's only going to happen on URL. You know what I'm saying? Battle of the Bay. That's the only platform you're going to see, Rex versus Big K. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else was pulling that together. You know what I mean? So I think this is like really the shit I've been saying forever. Yeah. Where it's just like, yo, we need, and I think the culture definitely agrees at this point. I see bloggers, I see fans saying that they have the perspective of when there's multiple leagues, then we push each other so that the fans end up with a byproduct, right? Yeah, that is true. That is true, because the leagues do compete. But that was never my angle. Like, yo, if I got something going on, that's gonna force these other niggas to add to their card or whatever. That was never my mentality. My mentality was always just like, yo, you're not going to do everything, and you can't do everything, and neither can I, or neither can they, or neither can they, or neither can they. You know what I'm saying? Like RBE literally got created when I was partnering with Star from Star and Buck Wild. And I was on his, I was a partner to his platform, Battle Rap Media, right? And that's why you see me in the footage of like the viral Dushes versus 40 Bars footage and stuff like that back in the day at Black Star. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a partner of that company at the time. Like my money is invested in those battles, literally. Right. And I'm on the phone with Shot at the time, and I'm just like, I'm the one that was trying to make Sway versus Math happen. And that's when we had those old school throwback interviews with them, like exchanging like, yeah, we might do it. I was trying to make that happen. And Starwood, he wanted to do, and this was after the Math and the Serious incident, he wanted to do Math versus QB because he was endorsing QB heavy at the time. He was like promoting her cosmetics and her perfumes and all that type of stuff, her body product. Right. He was endorsing, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's dope. Endorse the people that you really backing. I didn't like that matchup because I felt like, yo, with Math coming off of the Serious Jones shit, if he battles a female, as tough as QB is, if he battles a female, they're gonna kill him. And I'd rather see Math and Swave anyway. I like that matchup better anyway. But when you're not the top dog of your situation, you don't get the final say. And I humbly will say that. As much as I had influence, as much as I was a partner, as much as my money was involved, I didn't have the final say. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, that's where my ideas stop. And that was where I was just like, nah, there has to be more. And that's when RBE gets birthed. And it's just like, nobody's now in my way of the ideas that I have, as long as everybody sees the same vision. So when I call Battle at A and Battle at B, if they see the same vision, nothing gets in the way now. There's nobody above me to say, no, we're not doing that.
You the big dog now. You got it. You got it. Hey, Keo. Hold on. Watch this. It says Cash App ARP just sent you $13 for deposit for Loaded Lux. Yeah. Yeah.
Send that man some money.
I got my first half, nigga. I just got $13.
I promise you this. Whoever books Danny for Lux is gonna be Danny's biggest payday. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
man.
Let's go to our shout-outs really quick. Go ahead, ARP. Give your shout-outs really quick.
Man, shout out to Keo. Shout out to the Bar God, man, because like I said, this interview didn't feel like work. It didn't feel like I'm up here trying to promote. It just felt like I was building with two of the homies, man, having a good time with two of the homies on a Friday, talking about battle rap, talking about history, having a good time, being positive. This was dope, man. This was dope. But while I am here, while I'm here, rarebreedent.com, y'all please, and I said this earlier, please support the live pay-per-view, man. It's going down Max Out 3 on paper is mega, and if the battle is now, the stage is set. If the battle is delivered the way we've been delivering all 2023, I think this is going to amount to one of the best events ever. And that's being humble. You know what I'm saying? That's being humble. I'm just being real at the same time. So the stage is set for Max Out 3. Keep your eyes on the channel. More exclusive interviews. Bring people on my live. The Face Off with Hitman and Ill will be dropping next week. We got a lot going on, man. So everybody stay tuned. Support everybody that's got a card right now. And when I say everybody, I do mean everybody, because I want the same back for me. I believe in karma. So I ain't gonna be out here saying don't pay for nobody's shit or don't watch nobody's shit. I believe in karma. Watch everybody's shit, because I want y'all to watch my shit too on September 2nd. You know what I'm saying? So support. Battle Rap is up right now. RareBreedEnt.com. And if you happen to have one of them fucking Willy Wonka gold tickets to be in the building, I'll see you there.
How much I gotta pay to get in? Can I get in for the homie price, man? Come on, man.
Nah. I reserve spots for the bar gods of the world, man. You good?
There we go.
You good. I appreciate y'all, man. Enjoy y'all weekend.
You too, family.
You already know.
Yeah. This is Danny Myers. That's my man Keo. Dope interview. Classic interview. Salute to my man Keo. He working hard. Salute to ARP. Y'all go support that Max Out pay-per-view. Please, because you will be enjoying the entire show. And we out of here.
All right, man. This is Keo. That's Danny Myers, MBS Universe. We see you guys next time, man. We out.
Peace.